Congratulations on choosing Kurtain Kraft, America's newest home decorating sensation. Kurtain Kraft is the no-sew, do-it-yourself home decorating system that's so easy and complete, all you add is your favorite fabric and a little imagination. All of these fashions were created in just minutes using the Kurtain Kraft system. You don't have to be an interior decorator to get professional results every time. You'll be an expert just by watching this program and with absolutely no sewing. So let's get started. Here's your hostess and Kurtain Kraft instructor, Barbara Nelson.
Hi. Welcome to Kurtain Kraft. Well, are you ready to have fun today? Because that's what we're going to do. And along the way, you're going to create some of the most beautiful window fashions you've ever seen. And you're going to do it for less money. Because being creative, saving money, and having fun is what the world of Kurtain Kraft is all about. Now, before we rush down to the fabric store, let's go over some of the items that you found in your kit, all right? This is our Kurtain Kraft ring, and with this, you're going to be making a lot of the most wonderful designs. Our Kurtain Kraft ladder rod, the crown, our wall mount, the wreath. Also, you're going to find in your kit several screws and cup hooks and wing bolts and nuts, and those all are the hardware that you'll need to mount a lot of these things. Notice that the rings and the crown are covered with our very special enamel covering. This helps you have a finish that you can paint or cover or do any kind of creative ideas that you might have, and also you'll find that this will not tear or snag your fabrics, nor will it rust or stain them when you're working with all those wonderful fabrics that you're going to be getting your hands on. Now, along with all the items you found in your kit, there's some basic household items you still might want to have handy. One is a good step ladder or a sturdy chair that can get you 3 or 4 feet off of the ground and up to the curtain level, all right? You're also going to need a tape measure or a yardstick, would most certainly work. A soft lead pencil, a pair of sharp scissors, hammer and some nails, a medium-sized screwdriver, some wire cutters or pliers, adhesive back plastic hooks, and as we promised, because you won't be sewing with the Kurtain Kraft products, you're going to be needing some stitch witchery. And that really means no sewing. Now, before you start your first design, sit down with a piece of paper and a pencil and do a sketch for yourself of what it is you're going to want to accomplish. Don't get all frustrated because it's not a beautiful work of art. It's just a little sketch for you so you know where you're going, all right? Next thing you do is come on over to the window. Figure out if you want your drapes to go all the way to the floor for a more formal look or halfway for less formal. Today I'm going to go sort of like somewhere in between, okay? Then you're going to take your yardstick or your measuring tape and you're going to measure for the height of your window as to where you want those curtains to end, okay? And I always double check by going to the other side, but the measurements really should be the same, all right? Next thing you're going to want to do is get the width of your window. That gives you a total of 3 figures. Now, I stay in inches because it's a whole lot easier to try to figure out what you're doing. So you're going to add this total to this total to this total. Now, if you've decided you want to have some bows or rosettes, you're probably, well, I'm going to use 2 today, so let's go with that. I'm going to have 1 here and 1 there. For each bow or rosette, I'm going to need an extra 1.5 yards of fabric, or approximately 54 inches. So now I'm going to add 54, 54, plus each of these measurements, all right? I take that figure to the fabric store and they can figure out how many yards I need. After all, they're the professionals, all right? Now, sometimes when you're working on your window, it's fun to match the curtains to your sheets, and that's a very good idea. I suggest when you buy your sheets, buy one extra queen-size flat sheet, bring that home and cut it. All right? When you put the two lengths together, you're going to have more than enough material to make your curtains. And remember, because you haven't sewn it, you can always take that fabric down and use it for something else. Well, I mean, it worked for Scarlett O'Hara when she went to Atlanta, right? This is the Kurtain Kraft ring, and I refer to this as the little miracle, and I bet you will too once you start working with it. Remember, it's covered in that enamel finish, which will protect your fabrics from staining or tearing. And although it's very lightweight, it is very, very strong, all right? And when you start using this, you're going to be ready to have your Kurtain Kraft PhD. It's going to make you look like you really know what you're doing. You've measured your windows, and you want to get to curtain making, I know. But first we have to hang up some hardware so you'll have a place to hang all those beautiful bows. This is where your cup hooks that you found in your kit come in handy, all right? They're easy to install and they go right where you're going to put your ornament. Now, in case the wood turns out to be a little harder, feel free to use your hammer and a little nail to make a little starter hole for yourself. Then your cup hook should go right in with no problem. Now, you take your fabric and you stretch it across to that cup hook. And you come down here and just walk your fabric up on the diagonal. And holding it right here, you can see how you get those swags, those big beautiful swags like you see in home decorating magazines. This is how you do that. And also right here I'm holding it is where your bow is going to go. Then you take your ring and you bring it right here and you push the fabric through to the right and pull it through the other half of the ring, all right? There now, just take that and get it nice and big so you've got something you can work with. Now, look under here. You see how the bottom half of this is right there? That's the side that's gonna go right up here to your ring and hook, okay? Now there's your basic bow. Now comes the fun and creative part, because now you're gonna play with it just a little tiny bit and flare it right there, and flare it right here. And you know, kind of fool with it a little bit until you get just the bow that makes you happy, right? See, it really is easy and no sewing. Now, this is your basic bow. And this will look darling in your bathroom, your kitchen, or your bedroom, or especially in a little girl's room. And it's from this basic bow you're going to learn to make the rosette and your double flounce. And this is how you're going to do it. You're going to take your bow and enlarge it just a little bit. This is going into the rosette, so make it nice and big so you have lots of room to work in, all right? Now, then you're going to take one of these plastic bags that you have all over the place, and you're going to take it and fold it on the diagonal, and then all you're going to do is run it through. You get up to the top. See it peeking out up there? Then bring up the fabric so it's covered, and then just flare your fabric out, pushing the bag through, and while you're doing it, push it to the outside. Then just play with that a little bit, and you see what happens to your rosette? Makes it nice and full and rounded, right? Let's do the same to the other side, okay? Just take it and push it right straight through till you get to that top part. There's your fingers, and just bring it down, and as you're coming, keep stuffing that in, and bring that fabric down, flaring your fabric as you're coming. Then once you've got it all in, just flare that fabric down. Now remember about taking the longer part and tucking it into the shorter part, because that's going to make your circle complete, which we've done there. You're going to do the same thing, the longer part into the shorter part right there. Now that's your basic form. Now just attack it. Pretend you've got mousse and gel on your hands and you want it to just look fluffy and lovely. And you can play with this, step back, get a little different look at it, pull it in the center, and there you go. And see how those plastic bags make it have a nice, rounded, full look? That's what you want. Now, many of you are probably looking right into the center of the rosette and saying, ooh, but there's that bare curtain ring. That's okay. It's perfectly acceptable to leave it just like it is. It'll be beautiful. But for some of you, you might want to have a little bit more creativity. And here's some ideas for you, all right? You might want to paint that curtain ring, and certainly you could pick up any of the contrasting or corresponding colors that you would find in your fabric, paint it. That would be beautiful. You might want to take some ribbon and cover the ring. Look at that. Be charming. It lightens it, makes it more feminine. All right? How about when the holidays come? Take your hot glue gun, add some cinnamon sticks right across there. That'd be cute, yeah? Or for fun, and maybe if that particular curtain's going to catch a little bit of the breeze, a jingle bell right in the center. You can take the same fabric and make another bow and put that in there. Here's another idea. Maybe you want to take that wonderful mermaid fabric that's so popular right now, make darling drapes for your daughter's room, and then take a little mermaid doll and put it right there with your hot glue gun. It'll be adorable, all right? And that's the fun of Kurtain Kraft. It lets you express your own creativity. It lets you design what you want for your home. Sometimes bows and rosettes are a bit much, and you might want a more tailored look. You know, like you see in bed and breakfast hotels or in offices. In that case, you'd want to be able to do the double flounce, and this is how you do it. You start with the rosette, and you open it up. And take out the plastic bags, all right? All right, now, take it off the hook, and taking from this side and from the bottom, pull your fabric. And don't be afraid of it. Go for lots of it, because you want a dramatic effect, all right? Then, going to this side of the bow, you turn it, pulling up right here, so that when you pull it over, you're almost equal, but not quite, to the bottom layer. Now what happens is, this is open. So you're going to turn that a little bit and hook it on, all right? See what you've got? Now, the fun part. You're going to just flare that fabric and get that double flounce looking full and lovely, and bring this part over, and again, full that fabric out, flare it out, and there you go. A little bit more tailored look, the double flounce. Another look that's easy and fun is what we call our bishop sleeve, and this one really dolls up your window. Just take the ring like this, and push the bottom of your curtain through the bottom half of the ring. And then slide the ring up. All right? Now, this part's open, so you're going to hook that onto a cup hook that you've already hung, and then you're simply going to slide back out some of that fabric. All right? When you've done that, you're going to do the very same flaring of the fabric, and be sure that you keep it in a nice straight line as you're flaring it. You just simply take that and do the Kurtain Kraft flaring of the fabric, bounce it a little bit, and there you go, a bishop sleeve. Now here's another idea that's absolutely scrumptious, is take the same fabric or a contrasting one and make a big beautiful bow like you learned to do up here, and put it in right here under the bishop sleeves. And let it just fall. Oh, that's incredible. It's so gorgeous. Now, another thing you might want to learn about, and here's some details about your drapery, is if you want to get a more formal look or straight across look, and this is perfect to do this. If let's say you have a big rose or something in the center and you want to show that off in your fabric, this is how you do it. Just pull the fabric straight, and then coming from underneath, just put thumbtacks right along there, and that'll hold that nice and straight for you. Ooh, easy, huh? Or, like I said before, just leave it like that, which is perfect, especially for a little girl's room. It's charming. The ladder rod is perfect for all those hard-to-do windows, like L-shaped windows, bay windows, sliding glass windows. It comes in a 5 or 3 foot standard length. If you want it shorter, all you have to do is use those handy pliers and wire cutters and cut it the length you want it. If you need it longer, like over a sliding glass door, then you'd hang a hook here, hang it up, put a hook here, hang it up, piggyback your second unit right there on that same hook, and then go as far as you needed to for the width. Now these are made to come in lengths of 5 feet, which is the same as the standard shower and tub stall units for bathrooms. So this ladder rod is the perfect thing to use for inside your bathroom when you want some decoration. And don't worry if you have a tile wall finish. That's where these adhesive hooks come in handy, because you peel off that adhesive on the back, put that to the tile, hang up your curtain rod like down here and down there. Okay, now, how do we get the fabric in the ladder rod? Okay, you take your ladder rod and your fabric and you put it right through the next available slot, okay? And just pull it out so you get a good hang. Then hold that down so you have lots of room to work, especially if you have thick, wonderful fabric like this is. Again, do the next one. Push it right through there, just making sure that these are staying the same length. That's very important, all right? One more, put it through there. Making sure that they stay the very same length. Now, you're ready to hang this up. As you go, you'll notice that I have on this end a little bit of a tail. Now that's okay to leave that as decorations, or if I want, I can tuck it in. All you're going to do is turn to the back and take this and tuck it in and pull it down. And you don't have to worry about being very, very careful about it, because from the front, no one's going to be able to see that. You just want it tucked out of the way. Just that easily, okay? Flatten it out. Now, I'm ready to hang this up. So you come up to your cup hooks, which you have again mounted beforehand. Put that in there. Come over here. There we go. And get them all nice and straight. And again, put your hands in here and do that famous Kurtain Kraft flare of fabric. And let that get all the way out, and then take it and make it match with the ones that you've already done. All right? Again, you've done your preparation by pulling the fabric in and just making sure that they stayed exactly the same length, so you're all set to go now. Just pull that out, flare that fabric. There you go, flare that out. Scrunch them back a little tiny bit. Remember the old mousse and gel scrunching? Okay, here you go. Just like that. And just one more, like that. And there again, just bring them down so that you match all the way along near the same side. Helps us step back and take a look at it and come at it. Now, let's say, for instance, I want a nice drape on this, all right? Take your fabric and follow the same procedure that you've been doing all day. Come down to however long you want that, pull it taut. Again, walk up your fabric, and then you would tuck it into the ladder rod. And you can make this as big and as deep and as pleated as you want it to be. And this is how we made all of the drapes that you see today in my showroom. That's how we did all those, by just using these simple techniques, all right? The ladder rod is also good if you want to decorate in a place where you don't want a permanent fixture, dormitories, apartments, etc. Because the hardware that you use to hang this rod is not going to mar those walls so that your landlord will be hollering at you. Now, I have 2 sons, and there was never a time when I was going to get in their room with rosettes and bows. So I found the ladder rod to be perfect for their rooms, especially when I used that fabric with all those turtles killing each other and carrying on. They loved it, and suddenly I had curtains in their room too. So there you go, your ladder rod balance. Now, remember earlier I was talking about those arch windows. Well, you're going to start with your basic ladder rod and your wires, cutters or your pliers. And you're going to cut every other rung of this ladder rod. That will allow you the flexibility then to bend it to the shape of the arch you want to decorate. For instance, it's exactly what I did to this one. Okay? It's flexible and it's ready to go. Now all you do is take the fabric and weave it in and out of these holes like we did before, then flare it like we did before. Hang it up, and when you're done, why not use the Kurtain Kraft ring bow effect at the end? It'll be gorgeous. Now, this is the Kurtain Kraft crown, and it's perfect for all those really big jobs, L-shaped windows and bay windows. And you want to be sure you use this, because if you're using heavier fabrics, those big heavy swags, etc., they will pull out of the Kurtain Kraft ring. So this is the tool you want to use with this one, all right? Now, this is the L-shaped wall mount, and these are the various screws and bolts and wing nuts you're going to need to install this unit, all right? Now, here's how you're going to do it. You'll notice that before the show, I've already installed my L-shaped wall mount, all right? And I used this long screw right here in order to do that, okay? Then once that is in place, like you see it, you're going to get the crown, and you're going to set it right here so those two slits are lined up perfectly. Then you're going to drop the shorter bolt right between those two slits. Take your wing nut, go underneath and get it started, all right? Now, once you've got it started, then it's easy because you just keep it at a few swift, quick turns. Now, let's say, for instance, that I have a set of levelures here, and I want to come out away from that and do my drapery. This crown molding allows me to come out 6 inches away from the wall, which will get me past any existing treatment that I may already have here. Now, not only can I come straight up from the wall, but I can turn this. And once I turn it, I can set it there by just tightening this bolt so it's exactly where I want it. Once you've gotten this to the wall, now you can work with the fabric and make those wonderful scrunches, all right? So you take your fabric and just stretch it tight to the unit. Now make sure that you've got your same pattern going all the way across, all right? And again, you reach down and you walk up your fabric, okay? Now you gotta keep this top part very, very taut. And what I do for extra insurance, just bring it and I weave it one extra wrap around there just for security's sake, all right? Then you bring it through there. Now, you take your fabric and do the same kind of things with it that you did when you were making your ladder rod scrunches. I take that, like that. Now, here's a little trade secret, interior decorator secret. When I do my center one, I will do 2 of them, all right? That makes your scrunch fuller and prettier, all right? So you're gonna have to put 2 of those in there, but there's room, especially with this fabric, there's room to do it, all right? Now, one more. Again, you've got to make sure, as you did on the ladder rod, that you're keeping all these nice and even. Remember, that's how you're going to have an easier job when you're all done, if these are all even. So now is the time to maybe quickly adjust them if you don't feel they're all the same length. All right? Now, you start again on the end, and you do that very famous Kurtain Kraft flare and scrunching as you get that fabric worked out. Remember, you're going to work all the way out to the ends, and just keep scrunching it as you're working with it, okay? And get all those ends pulled out. Here we go. Just keep working with it. You have a lot of fabric in a little tight quarters, but the same scrunching and the same way you're doing it is exactly what you've been doing on your ladder rod and everything else. Put your fingers right through there. Once you've got them through, again, do your scrunches, bringing that fabric all the way down, keeping it tucked. One more. There we go. How's that? The Kurtain Kraft crown. Now we're going to work on the Kurtain Kraft wreath, all right? This is how it looks when it's bare, and it takes approximately 4 to 5 yards of material to finish one, all right? Now I've already got one started down here. I'm going to put that one down and bring this one up, all right? Now, you want to start working on your wreath with your fabric from the inside. And you're going to do the same basic thing you did on the ladder rod, okay? Now, I'm going to use this a 2 fabric wreath, so I'm skipping every other space here and pushing my fabric through there, all right? And then we'll take the fabric from this side and we'll come through every other space, remember, right there, all right? And keeping them all even like we did before. Now, get this out of the way so you can see how that looks that far, right? Now I'm going to go get the second fabric. Now just take this on out because you'll have to worry about that right now, and later on we'll show you how to tuck that. Now you take the second fabric and go to the end, and don't worry that it's not finished because it isn't going to show. And take it like that, and working from the inside out, come to your wreath, and through the open space, pull it through. That easy. And remember, keep them as even as you can so that that part of the job's already done. There you go. All right? Keep turning it and do a third one. Now, remember that I was going to tell you what to do with those extra ends, right? Well, especially on the 2 fabric wreath, just find the matching fabric and just tuck it right in there where no one can see it. See? Like that. It doesn't have any beginning or end as far as they're concerned. Now, this spot here is where the weld is. And right there is where your extra ornamentation can go. Extra bows, extra gold, whatever you kind of want on your ring. For instance, these rings here. Here's one that we made. Right? Now this is a 1 fabric wreath. And using the Kurtain Kraft rings, we made this bow and scrunch up here. Isn't that beautiful? Now, the holidays will come round. It's just a matter of time. And when they do, you might like a beautiful wreath like this for your front door, right? Notice this is a 2 fabric wreath and tremendous amount of ornamentation on the bottom of it. Isn't it gorgeous? What a way to say happy holidays, huh? Well, now you're a Kurtain Kraft expert and you didn't sew a stitch. The more you use Kurtain Kraft, the more possibilities are going to open up to you. I hope we've sparked some creative ideas for you. Now you just relax and have fun, all right? I'm Barbara Nelson, and thank you for choosing Kurtain Kraft.
Now that you've mastered the secrets of professional home decoration, here's how you can order additional items directly from Kurtain Kraft. All prices include shipping and handling. The versatile Kurtain Kraft ring for bows, rosettes, the double flounce, and the bishop sleeve, just $15.98 per pair. The Kurtain Kraft crown bracket for large picture windows, sliding glass doors, and other hard-to-decorate places, just $39.98 per pair. The Kurtain Kraft ladder rod, cut to fit or combine several for longer areas. Adaptable to arch, round, or other unique window shapes. The 3-foot ladder rod, only $21.98 each. The 5-foot ladder rod, only $25.98 each. The Kurtain Kraft welcome wreath, the ideal decorator accent or gift idea for any home in any season. Just $24.98 each. On a plain sheet of paper, indicate which items and the quantities desired. Be sure to print your name, address, and a daytime telephone number as well. Send your order, along with a check or money order, to Kurtain Kraft, P.O. Box 12468, Marina Del Rey, California, 90295. Sorry, no COD or credit card orders. California residents, add sales tax. Please allow 21 days for shipping. If you have a question about Kurtain Kraft, or if you've created a new or unusual design, we'd like to hear from you. Write us at the same address. And thank you for choosing Kurtain Kraft.